Tripowin has released an update to the HBB Olina. This is the SE. I announced it a few days ago, and this special edition is a correction to the issues that the original Olina had. One was the nozzle issue with filter changes and all that. People didn't like that, to be honest. And even I was one of the persons that complained about that. The fact that you needed to dampen the original filter that's there to be able to quiet down the top end of the frequency. A lot of people didn't like that. And another thing a lot of people didn't like is the fact that they had to find ways to always change the filter if it got moisture and issue, like if it gets clogged up and all that. So people didn't like that. They just wanted a pair of earphones they can get, put on their tips, and they're good to go. They just push it into their ears and then they enjoy the music they are listening to. They didn't want to put in a lot of work into making it being like they didn't want to put in that excessive work into making it sound the best. And I won't blame them, because when you pay money for any product, you need it to work. That is just the honest truth. And the original Olina kind of like made people overwork to make it to work, like for their sound taste. And some of the reviews ended up coming out in a negative light. Not that the sound wasn't good, but because of the fact that you had to put in a lot of work to make the earphone sound better than it should be, basically out of the box. People were not appreciating that, because not everybody are into DIY. People just buy earphones and they want to stick it in their ears and enjoy the music that they're listening to. So they don't just want to spend time, effort, their hard-earned time to get things to work. So now this new model, it has similar shell, but they've done some correction. If you go to Bad Guy's channel, he will explain better. There are some minor corrections they did into the design of the shell this time. So the internal has been changed slightly to kind of like adjust some things in the shell to be able to fit the driver properly and maybe correct issues that the original Olina had. And Bad Guy's recent video covering this product, he's kind of like saying that this is the last model he will release in the Olina line, like pretty much. And I won't blame him, because the original Olina was fine. It's just that it had issues with the filter. I hate changing filters. I just hate earphones that come with filters, because I feel it's hard work. If I buy an earphone, I should not be changing filters. It is something I personally do not like. Many people don't like that because it's stressful, and they don't have the time to quietly do it and not damage the earphone or damage the nozzle part. So people just don't like that filter change most times, and many people don't even know how to do it properly. So hence why having filters are not always a good thing. So people just want it to be the way it is already. So the other thing again is the frequency of the original Olina. The Olina had this bright tuning to its signature. It was detailed, but the problem for that model is that it lacked good low frequency slam. I don't know whether Bad Guy addressed that, because I've seen the new graph of this model, this SE. It seems similar to the original in terms of the bass region. So I'm kind of like, and I'm kind of like feeling like right now that he's not even interested in bass correction. He feels the bass on the original Olina was good enough. Maybe he didn't want to amplify the bass a bit to maybe make it slam more, rumble more. I don't know, but I do feel that the major thing that original Olina lacked was slam in the bass region, because I tested that product extensively, and bass was one of the Achilles heels that product had. It sounded very good, very detailed, very neutral, but it had bass, kind of like it lacked bass. It really did lack bass when you start comparing it to quality of the dynamic driver sets. So I don't know whether he corrected that, but I have to get my hands on the new SE and test it. So Linso, if you're seeing this video, uh if you sponsor the channel, send out the product, test it out and see if the bass is sorted, because that bass is something that I'm kind of like interested to know whether that guy sorted slightly, even if it's to improve the bass slightly better than the original. I think that would be great. So I think this is still going to be a successful model. The original Olina sold really well, had no major complaints from people. It was that set that was highly successful. Drivers, and my Olina is still next to me here. I still use it every day. I use it for calls and stuff. It's still a fantastic product. I've given away so many of all the earphones I've gotten, but the Olina still stays next to me because it's just a great set. I would love to get my hands on the new Olina, compared to the original Olina here. So let's see how things goes in the regards to that. Um, the other thing, anyway, if you go through what they're saying here, they're saying the biggest update for the SE is the improvement in the tuning, that the new CNT driver in the SE allows greater sub bass impact compared to the original Olina. So they're saying there's about a 3 decibel increase at 10 hertz. So the update significantly eliminates the sub bass roll off and allows a more robust and powerful sub bass to reflect, kind of like to reflect the impacts of the punch generally. So okay, if they're saying this here, it's possible that they refined the bass, because I complained that the main thing I wasn't a fan of was the bass performance. I wouldn't mind that top end technically, but the bass, if the bass was strong enough, it could have compensated for that treble resonance that was the problem. But I do think it's still going to be a successful release. I'll get my hands on this new model with time, but Linso can send it out to me quicker so that I get to review compared to the original Olina. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But I do think this model would be a success, the way I'm saying it. If they improve on that base that I complained, I think it will be the best dynamic driver you can buy, literally for under $200. But let's see if they really corrected that issue that a lot of people complained about. But we'll see. I'll get my hands on it soon. But from what I'm seeing with the accessories, it seems like it's still coming with the extra filters. You might still need extra filters if you want to change that. But we'll see what happens with this model when I get my hands on it. So do subscribe to the channel, do like our content. I'll see you guys very much next time.